Hi, my friends. All right, so during one of our circle times, I read a story called I Love My Daddy. And I thought that I would make a video with just reading this story because it was such a lovely story. It was so wonderful how the daddy squirrel was helping the little squirrel and how everything awesome was happening. It was so wonderful how they supported each other and loved each other. So we're going to go ahead and read this story for you guys. All right, here we go. I love my daddy. And remember, we can put anyone there. We can put mommy or daddy or sister or brother or aunt or uncle or cousin or teacher or who else? Who else do you think? You don't know?
Maybe a dad.
Maybe a dad.
Could be
Yeah.
best.
Dad would be the best?
Yeah.
I think so too. Dad could be the best.
Mommy.
Here we go. We ready?
Mommy.
Hold on. One day, Little Squirrel went out to play with his daddy. Little Squirrel wanted to show Daddy Squirrel all the things he could do. What should we play first? Said Daddy. I know, Little Squirrel said excitedly. Digging! Look, Daddy, said Little Squirrel, as he dug and dug and dug with his little tail wagging. Good job, said Daddy, but suddenly Little Squirrel's tail stopped wagging. Help, Daddy! Cried Little Squirrel. I'm stuck! Daddy Squirrel helped Little Squirrel wriggle out of the hole and gave him a soothing hug. You are a good digger, said Daddy. What should we play next?
Mommy.
Climbing! Look, Daddy, said Little Squirrel, and he climbed as high as he could go, looking around as far as he could see. Good job, said Daddy, but suddenly Little Squirrel closed his eyes tightly. Help, Daddy, cried Little Squirrel. I'm stuck. Daddy Squirrel helped Little Squirrel climb down and gave him a soothing hug. You are a good climber, said Daddy. What should we play next?
Mom.
I know. Jumping! Look, Daddy, said Little Squirrel. And he jumped, whoop, and jumped, whoop, and jumped, whoop, with a big smile on his little squirrel face, whoop. But suddenly, Little Squirrel stopped smiling and whoa! Splat! Help, Daddy, cried Little Squirrel. I'm stuck again. Daddy Squirrel helped Little Squirrel out of the sticky mud and gave him a soothing hug. You are good at jumping, said Daddy, but Little Squirrel shook his head sadly. I don't want to play anymore, said Little Squirrel. I always get stuck. I can't do anything. Daddy Squirrel lifted Little Squirrel high on his shoulders. Let's play together, he said. Let's run, cried Daddy Squirrel. Little Squirrel held on tightly as they whooshed through the woods. Yippee, he shouted. Let's climb, said Daddy Squirrel. Little Squirrel kept his eyes open wide as they reached to the top of the tree. Whee, he shouted. And now, said Daddy Squirrel, let's jump. Whoop! Splat! Look, oh, help, cried Daddy Squirrel. Now I'm stuck. Little Squirrel giggled as he helped his daddy out of the sticky mud. You can do everything, Little Squirrel, said Daddy proudly as they washed their muddy paws in the stream. You can even save a daddy squirrel. Little Squirrel climbed high onto his daddy's shoulders again. I love playing with you, Daddy, he said. And I remember this from last time. I love my daddy! Shouted shouted little squirrel as they raced home happily together.
Mommy.
The end. That was the end of that story. Oh my gosh, you guys, that was such a wonderful and beautiful story. And remember, we can change that to anything. We know that our daddies are supporting us and loving us and encouraging us. So are our mommies. Our mommies are encouraging us and loving us and playing with us. Like the back, it says, I love playing and I love my daddy. And we can put anyone there. We can put our aunt or our uncle or our cousin or our brother or sister or friends. It's so awesome, you guys, that we're able to have so many people here that support us and love us through everything that happens. This was such an awesome book. And thank you guys so much for coming with me and reading this with me. Bye, my friends.